Well, I think the important message for Tourmaline was really the long-term follow-up. Number one, we've seen a progression-free survival benefit in favor of Ixazomib in the relapsed refractory setting. But what we saw with long-term follow-up was the absence of a major survival difference and the reasons why. What we really showed here was that even though we had a PFS benefit, there was no overall survival decrement. But in those patients who did not get assigned to Ixazomib early in their disease, the impact of subsequent therapies brought the survival curves or kept the survival curves close together. So I think the message really was overall survival remains a very important endpoint in my opinion, as of course progression-free survival drives as the surrogate, the primary endpoint. Having said that, in interpreting overall survival, you have to be very thoughtful. What does it mean? If you've got a toxic drug, that's one thing. If conversely you have a drug in which the toxicity is not an issue, then you have to say to yourself, what were the subsequent therapies? So in a way, the long-term follow-up of Tourmaline was a sort of reflection of the sign of the times. You know, that in the 10, 15 years ago, when we designed Tourmaline, we didn't have the monoclonal antibodies, we didn't have all the exciting options we have now, as well as the next generation immunomodulatory drugs and proteasome inhibitors. So as a result of that, the survival signal that we would have expected wasn't there. But that's actually great news for patients. And as long as one interprets those survival data appropriately, it's nonetheless, I think, very helpful.